The way are the way, apparently. We've seen the way 3 times now. Alright, we'll go a little bit fast. Civ diff says Neoz, alright. So we've got Viper here playing as the way. And Neoz, or Neo, I always want to call him Neoz. It's Neo. And then he's part of this clan. He's Neo playing as the Woo. Okay, we're here on African Clearing and we're quite close together as well, so we'll see how this plays out. Reminder, Wei, they get the extra villagers when they get their economic upgrades. And then most of their other bonuses are kind of backloaded into Imperial Age. So we'll see how Viper can survive in the mid-game. The Woo, this is our first time seeing them, and Neo is actually going to yoink an elephant here away from Viper. That's rude. The Woo get 65 food whenever they make a military building. And anything else here? Their houses build faster, which I guess is cool. And their infantry regenerate. Those are their early bonuses, and then they have some interesting late game bonuses as well. The extra 65 food, though, on military buildings feels like it's going to be a problem. Out of all of the unique techs and upgrades and civ bonuses and stuff, look at this. Neo is gaming out of his mind. This gives him food, though, by the way. The docks count as a military building. So that's an extra 65 food that he gets for building that. And then I guess he can fish boom out of it too. That's crazy. That's insane. But okay, I'm down. I like it. But yeah, out of all of the new stuff that these new civs bring to the table, like the one thing that really stuck out to me as feeling like it was going to be broken at the high level was that 65 food per military building. That seems so strong on so many different maps. Neo's not going to need all that food, though. He's already got 3 fishing ships out here on this initial tiny little... What? I don't even think I can call this a pond. It's so small. He's TC dropping. What? Okay, we're not playing around here, I guess. Jeez. It is a TC drop from Neo with the Woo. I don't think they get any bonuses for this. But man, okay. Fair enough. Hey, I'm never going to complain for a TC drop. I'll tell you what. Viper also has to be kind of careful here. He's not up to Feudal Age yet. He's getting it now, but he's going to have to repair this TC a bit. Look at this. Look at how annoying Neo is being here. Here comes a Barret. It's not pretty for Viper. He's going to hit Feudal Age, but he's going to put all of his wood into repairing this town center. Also, Neo's just punching down Viper's houses, so he's going to be giga housed when he reaches the next stage and not have the wood to make new houses. This is actually a disaster for Viper. He does hit Feudal Age, and he's just going to let his TC die now. He's not even going to get Town Watch in. He's 21 out of 10 population right now is Viper. Alright, I guess I gotta slow this down. I was gonna zip through this to get to the good stuff, but we're reaching the good stuff pretty early here, as Neo has now got 15 villagers and 2 militia. Swooping in on Viper's eco, what remains of it. Viper's dropped his new town center here, but he's gonna lose at least a villager. Second TC drop. Second TC drop. He's got the wood. Theoretically, this shouldn't work, by the way. You should not be able to TC drop with a civ that doesn't get any bonuses for it. And like Viper should be able to garrison this town center and just win the TC war. But he's choosing not to do that, and he's just leaving. Which also should work, theoretically. Well, kinda. it keeps you even with your opponent if you're doing that, at least, I suppose. So second TC's down for Neo. And he's chasing Viper's new villagers away. Viper's trying to run anywhere he can. He's finally not housed anymore, but he could lose a lot more houses again. These things don't regenerate, by the way, until Feudal Age, I think. So the infantry does regenerate, but I think it has to be in the Feudal Age, which Neo is not in yet. Alright, get your boxing gloves on again. Viper trying to get some Vil kills. It's a struggle, though, for sure. The fish are helping out massively for Neo. Well, some of them are. Because he's not able to take a ton of food with his villagers right now, right? For probably obvious reasons, but it doesn't matter if you have the fish working behind. Viper loses another 2 villagers here. It's 5-2 on Eco KD in Neo's favor so far. And he's gonna kill another one up here. There's more weak vills here for Viper. Who's going to run with everything he's got again. He's got enough wood for the next TC, I suppose. Where does he want to put it, though? I don't know. Alright, TC goes down for Viper. TC number 2 goes down for Viper, I should say. And he simply makes it a little tiny bit further away. Neo's going to try and chase with the villagers. But he actually maybe isn't expecting this TC to be so close. Gonna see it now. Nice quick wall for Viper on the corner there. We expect nothing less. Mill's gonna get punched down, but there's no third TC drop coming anytime soon. Neo is taking long distance stone from here to try and get enough stone for another TC drop, I guess. I'm not totally sure. Eventually you have to stop TC dropping. He does have quite the villager lead, but the issue is that half of his eco is just wandering around back here. So he probably doesn't have as many working villagers as Viper does, even maybe with the fish difference. But here he is. He finds another place that Viper thought he was safe. He's going to punch down this mill. He's going to punch down the walls. And that's probably going to be 2 more dead Viper villagers. You can't repair all 3 of these things at the same time, right? So, unless he can escape here. Okay, never mind. The villagers simply leave. Neo's looking at something else, I suppose. What's happening here? Okay. Viper has not made a single production building this entire game, by the way. So, generally, a couple archers would go really hard right now for Viper, but he's had to put so much wood into other things. I'm surprised he made the blacksmith, though. Why did he make this blacksmith instead of anything else? Instead of literally anything else, I don't know. I guess maybe if you can get, like, fletching, it makes a difference. Here's the 3rd TC drop for Neo. Right as Viper placed these farms, too. That's sad. I'm shocked Viper's not fighting this. Viper plays enough Nomad, he should know that he can just TC war this successfully. Well, maybe not anymore, because Neo has so much wood in the bank now that maybe it's not viable anymore, but man. Look at the map control for Neo. Look at what he's got all over here. A lot of it's goats. But he's housing the different shores to make sure Viper's not on any of these, or walls, housing or walls. He sees everything. Viper trying to look for a new place for a TC. He simply puts it here. He went from here to here to here. And he's going to commit with everything. It's not a great engagement for Neo here. The sheep are trying to come in, though. So he's actually going to gift these 2 sheep to Viper, which is nice for Viper. Viper also has access to these shorefish now, which is really good for him because he hasn't really had food eco for a hot minute. Well, more than a hot minute. Blacksmith is going to start to get punched down. Market is getting punched down. This is a crazy game. This isn't what I expected or really why I want to be spectating new civs right now, but man, it's entertaining. We haven't, I guess technically, Neo has gotten 130 food. Oh, more than that actually, like 200 food off of these production buildings. So one bonus has actually come in between these two players. That's going to be a dead villager for Neo, pathing underneath the TC. I don't know where these villagers are going. They're trying to punch the TC. Here's another TC drop for Neo. Castle Age is on the way for Viper somehow. I have no idea how he saved up the res to do this while he was doing everything else. It's kind of crazy, actually. He wants a castle. He's been hoovering up this stone at very high velocities to try and get a castle down in the next stage. But he's going to have to pull off the stone now. Alright, TC war now. Feudal Age is on the way for Neo. Huge. As Viper's going to drop a market. Still can't really do this. Okay. He's taking some shots with his villagers. I suppose this saves his town center from taking damage, but I don't know if this is worthwhile. This is also definitely not worthwhile for Neo. I don't know where these villagers think they're going. Alright, well, Castle Age comes in for Viper. He's trying to get enough stone for the castle. He's desperately trying to get enough stone for the castle here before all of his villagers die. Okay, he gets enough stone. There's the castle drop. Get out of the way. Okay. Massive. Feudal Age will come in for Neo, but now it's going to be Neo having to replace one of his town centers on his own. He can no longer... I mean, technically he could TC drop this TC still, but the wood line's going to be safe with the castle. And Neo's going to have to do something else. He can finally start making fish traps, though, as he hits Feudal Age. That's a nice castle, too. I like this one, actually. That's a really nice-looking castle. What's in here? Like a wardrobe or something? I like it. Yeah, I like this. Okay. Alright, so Tiger Cavalry coming out of Viper's Castle. I believe these are the units that regen HP for the way. They also just look pretty cool. They're very similar to an Age of Empires 3 unit. I'm pretty sure there's a mounted AoE 3 unit for one of the Native American civs that looks similar to this. Okay, well, Neo has a 20 villager lead. It's 46 to 25 in his favor. Viper only has 4 on food right now, and it's these 4. Or maybe well, he's up to 7 now. But these things are being harassed by some units out here for Neo. But Neo's going to lose his town center, and he does not have the resources to replace it immediately either. So Neo's going to be no TC gaming for a hot second here. Also losing some villagers on the escape from that TC. Tiger Cavalry, well, you're not going to out-heal 4 Spearmen, I'm sorry to say. Viper is not saving these villagers. I don't know why. He loses one of them. Okay, now he saves them. Fish traps coming down for Neo. Maybe should have prioritized the TC over the fish traps, but it's fine. He can squeeze a TC in here, which seems crazy to me, but Viper has no eco, right? There's no eco here for Viper. He's got 24 villagers. He hasn't made a villager since he reached the Castle Age, I'm pretty sure. all of his food has been going into these Tiger Cavalry units. You gotta save them on the low HP so they... Do they regen? Or am I just insane? Am I a crazy person? Maybe it was the other cavalry unit that regens. I don't know. I just wrote down... Unique cav... Oh no, extra HP I wrote down. I don't understand what I'm talking about at all. Alright. Never mind. There's no regenning here, although there should be regenning from the infantry for Neo. But they're gonna have to survive long enough to regen. Yeah, they do regen though. 10 HP per minute. There's a lot of HP regen. I love the docks from Neo. I love the docks from Neo. It's so funny. I'm gonna start doing this on African Clearing for sure. There we go. This is why I thought the TC was weird from Neo to put it right there, because it's quite easy for Viper to plop down a Siege Workshop and just take it out. But not before Castle Age will come in for Neo. He clicks up now. He still has quite a severe villager advantage. Oof. Although slightly less of one now. Oh, and he's losing his docks. Huge loss here. That's 4 fish traps that aren't going to be usable anymore. Actually huge. Huge damage here from Viper. Another dock? Okay. Alright, the Cav are still right here, and Neo is just going to replace the dock anyway. Who cares? So out comes a Mangonel for Viper. 56 seconds away from the Castle Age is Neo, who has taken a lot of losses here recently. Gonna lose this villager as well. DC begins to be sieged down. What does Neo do in the next age? He's losing all these fishing ships. So even if he completes the dock, he's gonna have to replace those now. Spearmen, not really getting it done against the Tiger Cav. Is that what they're called? Yeah, Tiger Cavalry. Okay.
Yes.
But maybe pikemen can be a little bit better. PC's gonna go up back here for Neo. Still Neoz. Neo. Squires, pikemen forging on the way there. Okay. Viper is making some more villagers, finally. Neo probably thinks he's dead, right? He's quite behind... Well, he's behind score-wise. He's taken a lot of losses from these cavalry, but he doesn't realize that Viper has 10 minutes of idle TC time. So it's actually a lot better than maybe it feels for Neo right now. Second armor coming in for the pikemen as well, so the full Tiger Cavalry spam maybe won't be super viable for Viper going forward. Here come the pikemen, by the way. One was converted by the monk. Viper has been getting some relics around the back here. Monk goes down, though. Stable goes up, but I think this villager is dead. Spearman is definitely dead. But the TC goes up for Viper, okay. Viper's also going to find the second TC from Neo. Which is about to be his only TC again, because he's still losing this one. He's repairing it slowly, but this is very expensive. This is extremely expensive to do. I don't know if this is worth it. Because Viper's not going to get any other value out of this Mangonel, right? So you're basically just allowing Viper to get massive damage from this one unit for nothing. Another dock's going to go down. Neo still has a 10 villager advantage, even without the fishing ships. Bloodline's on the way, though, for the cavalry. This is a nice raid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead villagers for Viper. That's a big part of his eco that just died. Viper's going to try and mill out here. He's waiting for the TC to go down. So he can run in here. I guess that's why Neo is preparing it, because he knows he can't run anywhere. You don't want to do this, though. Oh, wait a minute. He just over-chopped himself. And the villagers are even going to pass outside the walls here, which is going to attract cavalry. Okay, it's fine. Viper just desperately trying to get some food eco rolling here. He still can't produce out of his town centers. Oh, don't lose your mangonel here, Viper. Not like this. Oh. Alright, well, he's going to have to make another one of those, which is actually a disaster. He's only got 36 villagers. Monastery is down for Neo. The Wu actually have okay monks. They don't get block printing, but otherwise they've got everything. Hunshin is coming in for Viper. What in the world is that? Soldiers generate food. Okay, so he's got 11 tiger cavalry. Let's see how much food he starts getting. It's not a ton, but you know what? It's probably worth it. It's probably worth it. Even a slow trickle of food is probably good here for Viper, especially because he's been prioritizing the Tiger Cavalry production over villager production, right? So this means technically, even if you're just making military, you're also making eco. So maybe worthwhile. Siege Workshop is going to start to go down, but the Mangonel... Oh, no, it comes out on the wrong side. Oh, disaster. The Mangonel goes down for free. The Siege Workshop will go down behind it, which means these villagers need to either rewall behind or try to out-repair this. But here come the pikemen. Surprise. This also means if you're killing military here as Neo, you're technically raiding your opponent's economy. If you kill his military. Did I say that right? 2 Mangonels are out here now, but they are very close to the TC, so Neo can garrison the TC and start killing them again if he wants to. You can't do this, though. You need to actually, yeah. There we go. That's going to be another dead Mangonel from Viper. That's a little sloppy. Bodkin on the way. He's got the Janbai Raiders coming out, which are the Cav Archer units. Deal with the pikemen. Okay. Mangonel pops out on the correct side for Neo this time, and he's going to snipe down the other Mangonel for Viper. So he's somehow kept his TC alive all this time. Also can raid this wood line. Viper notices it nice and quickly, which was necessary. He cannot... He's got 3 TCs now. He's making a 4th town center, Neo is. I think Neo's actually in a pretty good spot. 67 to 39 villagers. Viper's eco is still not good, but the food is coming in quite a bit faster now with all this military on the field. I don't remember how expensive that unique tech is, but it's actually not a bad idea. Or not a bad upgrade, I suppose. The Janbai Raiders. Sniping down the fish. They can also kite around these pikemen, theoretically, forever. Okay, now what? Viper is still at 40 villagers. He's got 22 minutes of idle TC time. I guess he does have 2 TCs now, so it's a little bit misleading, but that's still, you know, 60. 50 maybe villagers that he could have made, theoretically. That's a lot. That's a lot. Another dock goes down, though, and these fishing ships might follow. Hour here for Neo. Interesting. So he didn't want a castle. He mined all that stone for TCs, additional town centers, and towers, I suppose. Viper doing a heavy switch into the Janbei, I guess. He's missing, no, he's got all of the attack upgrades now. He's just missing the armor. Also got monks in here, converting villagers, interesting. Conversions are huge. These villages are walled in, so I don't know how much they're gonna actually supply for Viper's economy, but you know. This is a big army. How's the food looking? It's coming in pretty quick. Look at that. That's like 2 Burgundian relics. That's, you know, that's something. Guard tower on the way for Neo, who's now making the Xian swordsman. Don't fully remember what these units do besides regenerate. Where is it? Here it is. They're they're anti-archer infantry, I suppose. They get bonus damage, and they have a base 5 pierce armor, which is crazy. They're also quite fast. Squires is in, though. All these villagers died for Neo. Another TC being attempted here for Viper. He just needs space, really. Look at how little these things are doing to this unit. Holy. No, not the Janbei. The Xian swordsmen are kind of shrekking some stuff here. Another TC for Neo, but this is a lot of army for Viper. That's a lot of army. That's going to be a dead TC. There's only one villager in there, so it can't even really defend itself. There's more where that came from, but not that much more. Armor coming in for the tiger. Scorpion defense from Neo. Got scorpions here, and he's got pikemen here. Plus the tower. But 53 military for Viper. Food is coming in real quick now. It's nice. I'm telling you, it's nice. Doesn't look like an insane amount, but it's really starting to rack up now for Viper off a small economy. Ooh, this is a nice raid. The random pikemen. 84 to 55 villagers still. Neo has 6,000 more res collected than Viper in this game. You wouldn't know it, though. You really would not know it. It's too bad Viper didn't find this other TC up here. Yeah, if he had found that, that would have been a great thing for him to nuke down with this army. Viper has more military on the field than villagers right now. You don't see that very often in Age of Empires. Not at this level, anyway. No mining upgrade coming in for Neo, sure. Imperial Age coming in for Viper, interesting. Okay. Ballistics on the way for Neo. That's just for the Scorpions, pretty much. Here comes the army for Viper, so Neo's gonna lose a couple villagers out here and try to panic wall himself in, which he does manage to do. But for how long? Not for long. Tiger Cav run in. Mangonels go down. PC is garrisoned, but it's not going to be enough. A lot of dead villagers for Neo, especially once the... he's got... Oh, his army's coming in, though. This is actually a huge moment. The villagers are going to pop out of the TC, and they're going to try and run away. Some of them won't. But Scorpions are here. Where are the pikemen going, though? Neo, not like this. If the pikemen were in front of the Scorpions, this actually could be a great fight for Neo. Okay, they get where they need to be now, but most of the Scorpions are already dead. Disastrous fight for Neo, actually. That could have been so much better. I don't think Neo ever wins that fight, but man, it could have been pretty good. Edge of the World castle for Neo. Also a castle up here for Neo. So double castle drop. Defensively. Double defensive castle drop for Neo. Imperial Age comes in for Viper. He's going to get Racer Chemistry. So he's full on the Jean Bay. Arthean as well. Okay. No heroes yet, which is a little unfortunate, but maybe we'll see one of them in here somewhere. That's a nice castle too, I like that. I like this little side thing here, that's nice. And the two towers in the front, that's good, I like that. Viper is going to dock this area now, and he's going to steal the fish traps if he can. He's going to run into this castle, though, so can't engage over there just yet. Another castle in here for Neo. Interesting. He's got castles everywhere now. And here comes a Lu Xuan from the dock. But more interestingly, a Traction Trebuchet for Viper coming out of where? Here. Okay. Meanwhile, we've got Fire Archers for Neo. These things... I'm interested to see these things. They have multi-shot, so they fire more than one arrow. There you go. It's kind of like a Chukanu a little bit. But they also have a long-range building attack of some sort. And they have some building bonus damage. So I'm curious to see if they can actually nuke down, be kind of like a mini siege unit situation. Here's the Traction Trebuchets. Doesn't do a ton of damage. For a Trebuchet, it's got to be said. But, you know, it's okay. I actually think the Jean Bay are doing more damage than the Trebuchet right now. Don't know what this was supposed to be from Neo. Viper also has his 4th relic coming back. Oh, and here's the Cow, the hero unit for the way, which increases attack speed of nearby units. So these guys are pinging the arrows out now, I guess. It is quite fast. Trebuchets are rolling in. Don't think Neo has the upgrades he needs to fight this back. Imperial Age is on the way for him, though. Trying to mass up Fire Archers. These Trebuchets also don't have crazy long range. But it's okay. With Siege Engineers in, 14 range is okay. What's happening here? Is this mining camp soaking this damage? Okay, it was briefly. I mean, they do okay damage. They are missing sometimes, though. They're missing by 2 tiles. which is kind of crazy. So it's going to be full... Okay, here comes the Mingguang armor, which will give an extra 4 melee armor to these Jianbei Raiders. I think. I'm pretty sure it affects them. It's actually quite a lot of armor at the end of the day. They start with 0, but after all these upgrades, like, it's quite a bit. Here's the long... Oh no, they're they're attacking the Lu Xuan. Okay. Yeah, so it's 8 and 6 on armor maxed out. That's pretty good. How much damage do these things do? They don't do that much damage. This must... Why do they have plus 22? Is that bonus damage they get when they're in their long range mode against buildings, maybe? Maybe. Hero Age hits for Neo. He's going to get Bracer. So he's only going to be missing Chemistry. He's losing Castles, though. And he's losing TCs. Okay, we've got a big fight coming in. He's going to have to take a fight eventually here. Chemistry on the way. The hero is still in here, I think, for Viper, right? Is that him? Yeah. Got the Lu Xuans all over the place as well, and I think Viper has actually pulled this off somehow, some way. I don't know how. Yeah, the fire archers are just not getting it done against the Raiders here, and the GG has to be called. That was a crazy game. The player with the hero wins again, I'm just saying. That's now 2 out of 2 games. We've seen the player that got the hero win. I think it's... Jokes aside, I think it's more of a fact where if you're in a position to actually make this hero unit, you've probably won the game already. The military of Viper was just too much for Neo to handle. Right? Neo had an economic lead literally the entire game. He still does, by the way. Never lost that eco lead, but Viper just outproduced him hugely once Viper hit the Castle Age. Had the Tiger Raiders were doing great work, and then these Jianbei Raiders seemed kind of cracked. They seem kind of crazy. I'm interested to see more of them because they seemed nuts in this game.